Hello, it's John Vintage Fisherman. Today I've got an old Cardinal. This is a DM2 drag master. This thing looks like it's been, I don't know what happened to it. But we're going to fix it up. Of course, there's no drag to worry about out there. We'll take the handle off of it. Well, I think we will anyway. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. We might not take the handle off of it. Wow. Okay. There's our first problem, a stuck handle. So we can't get it to start sliding back and forth. There it goes. Gummy. Okay, we got the three screws to get off of it here. This thing is nasty. Don't know if we'll keep this one or not. It kind of fits in with some of the ones I collect, but then again, it doesn't. So we'll see what it's made of. I like the fact it doesn't have that stupid quick fire. I don't like quick fire. I'm not a big rear drag reel type of guy, but it does have its place. All right. It's a bushing reel. It doesn't have bearings. It does have a shim right there. I don't know if I'll get that off or not. All right. It's made a lot like a Shimano. It's got a keeper right here. We'll take that out. This reel, really, other than just clean up the outside, the inside's clean. It just really needs needs some oil. I probably will take the drag out of it too. But there's this little keeper comes off. Okay. Of course, this is with the cover. And then you can slide the shaft out of it. And then your gear will come out. You turn the anti-reverse off. You can pull your gear right out. The gear's not even that dirty. I'm not going to take it down real far, to be honest with you. That can come off. Crosswind gear. This can stay. I don't think about the drag. I could clean it up a lot better if the drag was off of it. Let's go ahead and pull the rotor off of it and pull the rotor down. Made in 1988. Garcia's. Oh, I'm glad I took it apart. Look at that. I'm surprised it wasn't slowing that reel down more than that, but it wasn't. So let's come back to this. Let's get the rotor took apart. You got this keeper comes off, so all that goes together. You got on one side, you're probably going to have a bell spring over here, and you got the release over here. This is all done by snap rings, but let's go ahead and take the line roller off and see what it looks like. It looks like it's free. Yep. All right, you got a snap ring down here. These are fun. These will go flying on you, so be careful. I didn't get that one turned just right, so now I'm fighting it. There it goes. Now it'll come right off of there. There we go. There it is. And so this will come off. Now, that's the whole bell wire. Up under here, you'll see the whole mechanism for the release. Let's take a look at it. Take one screw off. It's really dry. It's just typical of a reel that's been sitting around for ever and a day, you know. The plate comes off. All right, this one doesn't have a spring. It's got a Teflon shim. Well, actually, it's a metal shim up on top of it. This one here, I'm going to leave it alone. There's no point in taking it out. I can clean it and lubricate it just like it is. It is sluggish. Look how sluggish it is. But I can clean that. So let's go over here to this side. One thing I didn't do before is rotate that stamp ring around to where you can slide. It's made where it only comes out this way here. That's what I'm trying to articulate to you. And once that's out, you can pull, and then it comes off of the spring. And then the spring's going to be up under that cover. And it's got a traditional bell spring, push-pull type spring. Everything is just really gummed up. So there is the rotor. We'll clean that. Over here, there is a ball bearing in this reel. That's impressive. Let's see what we can get going with this. Okay, so it locks in. Don't know if I'll be able to get it to. You got a keeper, and I'm just kind of playing with it here because it's supposed to come out this side, and it don't want to. There it comes. No, that can't be right. Is it? I don't know. It don't look right. It went back in place. I thought, well, I just lost that. I think I'm going to leave that alone. I can clean it with that in there, and getting that clip out is probably going to destroy it. Let's take a look at the drag. That's a whole nother ball game. Yeah. Yep. Going to leave the drag alone because there's not even a knob or a screw to take the knob off with. It's probably a keeper. It is. It's this piece right here. Let's see if I can get it out of there. Okay. And you can thread it out. So we'll go ahead and clean this. And that was stuck in right there at the bottom. I don't think there's anything else in there, but yeah, there's a spring in there. Sure enough. Well, if you lose that, you're really screwed, aren't you? Yeah. Okay. So that's good that we got that out to clean it because it's in pretty bad shape. So there's the reel. I'm going to clean it up. Your drag stack goes like this. It goes flat. And you got a Teflon keyed Teflon flat Teflon. Was it 2 Teflons against each other? Wouldn't make sense if it was, would it? That's how it was. We'll look at the video and see. All right, I'm going to clean it up, and I'll be right back. Oh, this is John. I'm back. And I had to have a cup of coffee this morning. Whew. I'm not supposed to drink coffee, but daggone, man. I'm fighting through some medical stuff and all, but I need to wake up this morning. Let's put this nice old reel back together. Just looking at it here, I left this alone. This goes in there like that, and it got a washer over top of it. It goes on there like that, and we're going to put some oil in there. This is a Dragmaster Cardinal DM2. It's going to go. It's going to go to the fishing flea market, I believe. I don't think I'm going to keep this here. It's a nice little ultralight, and I do ultralight fishing, but I don't see any point in keeping it. I've got a slew of ultralights, and I got some older Cardinals than this. I'm more into the vintage. This is, though not new, it's not at the age that I would fish with. So this, well, we can do it like that. It doesn't matter. This just kind of goes in right here, and see it just kind of spins around and hits that lever. And so it got a, let's see which one of these. It's probably this one. Although, no, it's probably this one. It comes through and it gets a little E-clip on it. I think they're both the same. Let me look at that real quick and make sure. That one has a washer on it. Interesting. We'll put this one in there. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it works out. But it takes a little clip. That is a pain to get in there because they don't give you a lot of room. It's got to go down. You have to get it kind of lined up. And then you can use some needle nose tweezers, I call them, to get right in there and snap it in place. And so that's how that works. This one over here gets the spring, goes in there like that, and then you've got a little hole there that the spring goes into, and then this kind of clips into there, and then your pivot pin goes in there. And then you get another E-clip. And we'll have to get it lined up just right. And we'll give it a little squeeze. It don't seem like it wants to go in there all the way. It had a washer under it, and I don't remember having a washer under it. The pin itself. I don't know if it fell on there from the cleaning process or what, but that don't look right to me. I don't remember that being there. I think it kind of just, I think it goes with this. And it's not letting it seat down all the way. I think it just, by happenstance, fell onto this pin. Let's try again. That fits much better. Now, my next problem is I squeezed that E-clip out just a little bit, trying to make it fit in a place there wasn't a slot. So we're going to put it back. It just fell off. There it is. Goodness gracious. Little bitty pieces, man. And we'll find this thing to its home here somehow or another. And it should go right on there. Something still ain't right. Just doesn't want to. I think I just bent it bad. Maybe not. I'm not a fan of that, but it seems to be holding. Okay. This goes in. It's got to go up under that. Might have been easier to put that in first, but that's okay. And then gets a screw right here. I always get these rotors done first because they seem to be the biggest problem for me. This goes in like that, and then you spin it. And it's going to come around. Goes in, and you got a washer here. And then there's a washer that goes up in here. And then the screw. And that shim doesn't want to seem to go into place, but there it goes. It found its way there. And I'm beginning to think that washer did go underneath this side, because It seems awfully loose. So I'll take that off. And this was too tight. So we'll try again. Okay, so that's spinning. I'm going to take this one back off. So they may have been just slightly different lengths too. This is one of the aggravating things about these reels is they make something just a little bit different. Like this one could be longer for this side over here. And so I'm wondering if I shouldn't go ahead and, because I really messed that one up putting it in there. I'm not happy with that at all. All right, we're going to do something here. It may be wrong, but we're going to do it. We'll put this, and we'll swap these pins because something tells me that's the one that had the washer on it. Okay, so we'll put the washer back on there. This one did not have a washer on it, so we'll put it back up in here, and I see that fits a whole lot better. We'll put the E-clip back in there. Why is it so important? Because I like to do it right. Even if it is just a cheap little reel. I know it's right now, I can tell. Perfect. So this one goes in here, and it has the shim on it. And if I had a schematic in front of me, I would already know all this stuff, wouldn't I? Man, if I printed out schematics for every single freaking reel I do, this could be a disaster. If I flip this E-clip out of my fingers, it's gone for good. All right, this is right, because this one's going to fit just perfect. If I printed out a schematic for every single reel I do, I'd have a stack of paper out here. I quit doing it a long time ago. I do have a lot of schematics printed out, and my early days of the channel, I always had schematics out here, and I just gave up on it. It cost too much to do. There we go. That's perfect. That's done the way it's supposed to be done. Now we got the drag to contend with, because I know it's gotten messed up too. I took it apart, and it probably didn't need to come apart. But it goes square washer, round washer, keyed washer, Teflon, I'm sorry, square, Teflon, keyed, Teflon, squared, Teflon. I want to say this went in, and then the Teflon. And all of this was kept together by this that went through the middle of it. So we're going to attempt to get it all back together here. Maybe. Good day. Well, the very first one's giving me trouble. Oh, I see why. It's got to come in from this side. That makes all the sense in the world, don't it? Okay, there we go. This has to go down in there, and then you got to kind of push it all into place. I got something out of place here, actually. A couple somethings out of place. Yes. It's out of order. It's out of order. It goes this way. Good day. It'd be easier if I did it one at a time, wouldn't it? Well. All right, let's do the forceps wherever I let them fall to. I need a cup of coffee. I need a drink of coffee. All right, here's my forceps. Don't like the way they're holding it. Okay, we're just going to have to go by hand with it. Oh, it all just fell apart. These flat washers, the squared looking washers, don't want to sit into place for some reason. I need a way. All right, that one's in place, but this first one, you can see by looking at it, it's all cockeyed. It ain't supposed to be like that. And I don't know why I don't want to go in there. So, something not right. Maybe I got them turned the wrong way. Maybe they got to go like 90 degrees the other way. Shoot. That's what it is. Now I can't get the damn thing out. There we go. So now I'm thinking maybe they go like this. Man, it's a pain to put this reel back together. For some reason, that just don't look right to me. But and I can tell you something else too. I don't think that washer belongs right there. I believe it belongs over here. Okay. Now, I want to say, you know what I could do? I could put this in here. No, that won't work. Get this lined up. Okay, I think it's pretty close to being right, but I still think these plates are turned the wrong way because they're not sitting there right. So let's come back out again and go like this. And we will get them. We will get them. This is the worst part of this reel. There it is. It just fell right into place. And then you just thread this in. A little bit of grease there won't hurt that at all. Oh, also, the little clicker pin and spring goes in right here. So put the spring goes in that little hole. And then this little clicker, it's got a squared in and a round in. Put the round in out. It goes in just like that. That thing was stuck when I had it when it was in here before. It was stuck. And this just threads in there. Or it's supposed to just thread in there. There it goes. And there it is. And it takes this little horseshoe clip that holds that on there. And that's it. Good day. Well, that was interesting. It was fun. That puts more drag and less drag. Okay. Now, I did not take the inner bushing out. I didn't take the pinion out. We can go ahead and put the rotor on it. Let's go ahead and put that on there. It's keyed. Okay, it goes on just like that. And it's got this plate that goes in there. It's got the 3 ears. Then it had a washer. And then the nut. Coffee's kicking in. Ha! I'm getting it done now. All right. It should trip. There it goes. I was turning it the wrong way. This gear goes in. I've got that greased up pretty good. I'm going to slide. I'm going to turn that gear to the very back like that. And then we're going to put some more grease in there. And this crosswind block will go in. Sit there just like that. Now, there's a spring. They got to go in the right places. One of them goes in. No, it's only one. One goes in right here. So it's important it goes, when you set that down in that spring, got to make contact with that. Let me put where you can see it. There's a groove right there. That's what makes the anti-reverse silent on this reel. So you got to put it in there where that makes contact. We'll squeeze this thing up good. They actually have a sight window on this gear. It's really smart to do this like this. I'll show you. You see that window right there? You can slide that around to where you can see it through that window. And when you put that gear in, you can watch it go into place there. Okay. Now, take your axle shaft, put it in there and a little bit of oil on it. And it goes into the crosswind block. And then it goes into the drag system. You got a groove on each side of that crosswind block. This piece here sits into. We're going to rotate the reel just a little bit here. Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Let's go backwards with it. There. Now, we'll slide that back as far as we can with it. Why is it acting like that? It's going to be a little tricky to get this in there. But you can do it. You slide it up under that gear and push it down. And it takes this little bitty screw right here. And I'm going to try my screw setter on this. We'll see how it does. Now you get a shim, goes on the gear right there. And this bushing goes into the cover right there, and we'll put some grease on that. Also, no, we're good. That's how it goes. And then this goes down on there. Everything fell into place. Garcia Cardinal DM2 Drag Master. They had all kinds of little gimmicky names back in the day for fishing reels. Just call it a 1000, a 2000, a 3000. Call it, give it a name like Dragmaster 1000. What's DM2 mean? I don't know. That screw went in really tight, but they were all the right size. So. The reel seems a little tight, so we'll see what happens when I put the handle on it. Wipe off all this excess oil before I sling it in my coffee. This will make somebody a really nice little ultralight around here for the creek fishing stuff. Hopefully I got it right here. It just seems kind of tight. No? But the anti-reverse is not working. The reel's not tight, it's just not working. So we're going back in. I missed that wire, I guess. Looks like it was made in 1988. Garcia always puts a date code on their reels, which I really appreciate that as a collector. Okay, let's see where we screwed up at here. Yeah, that wire did not stay in its place. Well, yeah, I believe it did. No, it did not. My guess is it slipped out of its place. Okay, here we go. I let it slip somehow or another. It's probably why it went together so tight. That one screw, I said it seemed tight. Something was out of line. If it don't seem right, it probably ain't, folks. See how the screws are going in a lot better this time. So something slipped apart when I was putting it together. It happens. I've got a couple of these older Cardinals, that the 751, 752, etc., etc. That's what I fish with. Very similar reel. They are metal bodied. I like that a little bit better. Nothing wrong with this. For creek fishing around here, are you kidding me? This thing will do all you want it to do. Look at that. It turns the opposite. It turns the opposite of most reels. I just noticed that. Let's see. Let's just grab this old Zebco here. Yeah, see, that one turns that way. Oh, that's going to be fun to put line on. Some kid's going to be, Dad, what's going on here? When he gets his line on. Now, if you use the reel to pull the line on with, it doesn't matter. But if you pull the spool off and chuck it up in a line machine, it's going to put it on backwards. They'll figure it out, right? I'll make sure I tell whoever buys this reel it's the opposite of most. It's like the old 300 Cardinals, or 300 Mitchells, I'm sorry. They're backwards. So let's put the spool on, see how the drag works. That spool's a quick release. That's really nice. Like that. You can carry a couple extra spools in your pocket. So, loosen the drag up. It ain't clicking as loud as I'd like for it to. Oh, the clicker's... No, clicker's not broke. Clicker's up inside the reel. But it's clicking. And then you turn this down and it gets tighter. I like it. I don't like that reverse rotation, but I like the reel. So there it is. Cardinal DM2 Dragmaster. That does give you the direction of the line. So this one's going to the sale. I enjoyed that one. That was a little bit of a challenge. This is John, Vintage Fisherman. Thanks for watching. If you liked it, like the video, want to see some more, this video will come out in June, and it is mid-March here in Virginia. And I'm that far ahead. I'm going to try to get the whole summer done, so when summer gets here, I can get out and do some fishing videos to add too. Well, I mean, fishing season's here. Just because of health issues, I have not gotten out yet. But it's coming. Thanks for watching.